Want to find out how this half of the month is panning out for your zodiac sign and how to get the best out of it? Come and join YILDIZ Readings 5D and we'll have a look. A very warm welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover astrology, soul coaching, twin flame path and more. I am live weekly, so please click the bell and subscribe. And if you do want more creative content like this, come and join the tribe. Now for the join button, the link is directly below on the main page. You do get exclusive Your Eyes Only content, twin flame coaching, pro-release content and the extension reads. Without further ado, let's get into the video and I'll see you every Friday. Take care guys. Hi beautiful Aquarius, we're here to do your astrology for this point in time moving over to June. The reason why I've done it overlapping is due to the fact that we're having eclipses back to back and we're also having Uranus and Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius, which is your zodiac sign. So for a lot of us, we're having to be prepared for these transits, and I have actually pulled cards in this read, which I may continue to do such because I am a psychic medium and I also cover the astrology. So I pulled a chakra card and I'm looking at your astrology chart and having a look at the places and how things can be playing out. Now, I do feel some of you're going through a massive change. You also, during Saturn retrograde, may be feeling unique in the way you perceive things. Now, I do feel there's a lot to do with yourself that is changing during this time, but you could really be seeing how you have shed skin like a snake. So the reason I say that is if you have been owning something and you've felt very split on the fence to do with what you need to do in a situation, what your responsibilities are versus others, because you have Pluto at the moment on your 12th house, you're not necessarily not seeing it, but it's coming to terms with things. So Pluto on the 12th house is really speaking about the things that we need to let go of. And that can be outdated thoughts, they can be outdated ways. You could have some really beautiful creative ideas, but I do feel some of you could be moving away from friendship groups and maybe a dream isn't really resonating with you at this point. The unique thing is a lot of people from the past during Mercury retrograde, they are going to come back. So you will find with Mercury retrograde, if in a shadow phase you are really stuck, you could feel really pulled in both directions, and really there has been a lot going on relating to healthy boundaries for you. You did have the 6th house really activated, and you can feel very much frustrated by people not potentially respecting your boundaries, but it's teaching you a lot about yourself, and it's also bringing these unresolved emotions up relating to your power, your hopes and dreams, and your childhood potentially, but it's definitely healthy boundaries, and especially to do with your creative projects. If you're studying, this can be a time when you can actually get on top of things, but there can be a lot of confusion surrounding that moving into the eclipse and moving out of it. Now, the eclipse for your zodiac sign, let's have a look. Now, number one, Saturn sitting the 1st house. Try not to jump the gun right away, especially because we're going to have Gemini in the house of the sun, in Venus and in Mercury. So we will be extremely busy. We can become forgetful. We can have crosswires happen, and we may be eating on the run. So especially because you have Mars at the moment in your 6th house, be very careful of what you're eating. You may get indigestion. You might feel that things aren't sitting correctly. You may go off your food for a little bit, but you may want to comfort it due to the fact that it's in your 6th house. Now, let's quickly have a look at your chart. Okay, the eclipse is happening in your 11th house. Now, 11th house can be the place of hopes, dreams, and aspirations. It can be linked to the group around you. It's very Aquarius in nature. But it's also spiritually, what you want to do with your life and what your values are may not be matching. You may be tying things up, and this could be a completion of study. This could be money that is owed to you coming back to you. It can also be getting back on top of things. But I do feel from a spiritual point of view, you might be outgrowing some of these things and not quite sure what to do. But especially from the cards, I do see that there's potential that your self-worth energy is upgrading, and you could be creating healthy boundaries for groups around you to get all the things done. Now, I do feel some of you might feel you're behind on certain tasks, and it can be driving you a little bit crazy. Your concentration level may not completely be there due to the fact that you have Capricorn on the 12th house. I do feel you may underestimate yourself with situations. For instance, if you feel you can't do something, I feel you will find a way to achieve it. You'll find it's a bit like cram schooling, you know, really getting it done at the last minute, which potentially could be affecting you. But I do feel you'll be able to achieve it, but you don't want to get into that habit of it at the moment because the astrology is pretty heavy hitting. So if you do have the time to tie up those loose ends prior to the eclipse. I know I've left these videos quite late. It's the way it is. We're in Mercury shadow, so apologies. Try and get them done. Clear the house. I do feel some of you are really wavering between who you resonate with at the moment. So I can feel a little bit lonely, but it's also leaving the past behind and moving forward. It might not feel that easy, especially from the card that you have as the crowning energy. Your values versus others, and where you're stuck and fixated on things, it could be a little bit icky. But I do feel it's temporary. I really do feel it's temporary. Now, the other element is the fact that we will have Mars leaving Cancer, which is hitting your 6th house, and it's moving over to Leo. Now, your relationship sector, which is really coming through in this read, between now and next month, your relationship sector and your contract sector is quite highlighted. So you're going to have a lot of energy to put into that, but it's really a microscope on those areas. Now, although you're going to have the energy to put into it, you could be very direct and passionate. It could be causing jealousy within connections. And with Mercury in the house of Gemini in retrograde, then you add the sun in Gemini and you add it into Venus, and it can be jealousy and crosswise. So just be mindful of that, especially, I'll get to your cards in a minute. I'm already seeing potentially how for some of you this can be playing out. I do feel you will be super attractive in the month following, but I do feel you'll have the energy to get your career sector, your contracts and your friendship groups back on track. Some of you could have reconciliations, and some of you also from a very separate point of view, you may be just more direct, and I'm saying it to be more direct. Healthy boundaries, look, but just step back from the fire and observe what is playing out, because I do feel potentially we can, as I mentioned, have these crosswise during this time. Now, as we move into the eclipse, it can be an extremely fertile time for you guys. So do be careful of getting caught piggy in the middle, because I'm seeing piggy in the middle here. Creative ventures can come full circle, and definitely from a co-creative venture, if you're wanting to launch something, it can be an extremely good time. I'd probably wait till after Mercury goes direct, but I still see this forward momentum and beautiful aspects relating to the North Node in Gemini and the solar eclipse in Gemini. Now, the hard aspect I want to mention, obviously, is Mercury retrograde, but it's also the Uranus and Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius, and that's happening on the 14th of June. Some tension could be playing out surrounding that, and I call it a little bit like Forrest Gump. It's like a box of chocolates. You don't quite know what you're going to get. So if you do find sudden unexpected events come, it usually is for the betterment of us, but it can affect our nervous system. It can be extremely abrupt, and this can be beautiful or really horrible things. It's like I said, it's like a box of chocolates. You can look back to the beginning of the year. The reason I say that is because the first square occurred on the 17th of February. So any things that were playing out around then, as well as during the time we had Mercury retrograde, which was January 30th. We had it retrograde in the house of Aquarius. Themes that were playing out then could be playing out again between now and next month. So they can be sort of a hunch point and a hint point as to what can be coming up again, potentially in a different format, but the writing's really going to be on the wall relating to those circumstances. Now, Taurus for you guys can be a home-related dynamic. It might be your daily routine, becoming organised. Don't leave things to the last minute. This can be a move of house, or it may be the need to. You also may be looking at your stability, the give and take in those situations, and getting your finances in order. So it can be an unexpected expense, but it also could be a really beautiful time where you guys may be going into nurture mode, making sure that everything is prepared. You may experience unexpected visitors. And I have been suggesting, to make sure that you have your basics of your 2 weeks food there, because Taurus can link to agriculture. It can be food. It can be weather related. It is in your 4th house. But at a collective level here in Australia, we have Taurus in our chart. And during the Uranus and Taurus squaring Saturn and Aquarius, we had fires, which was affecting agriculture and land. We had farmers being unable to pick the crops, but then there were good polarities as well. There were people actually pitching in and helping and other things going on. So you get the yin to the yang, but they're quality systems you address after that fact. So they are happening for a reason, but it will be happening collectively as well as in our own charts. Now, the way your cards are playing out, I do feel some of you feel you're kind of looking at the old version of you and the new version of you. And some of you need to recoup, okay? You are having to look after your health. Maybe you don't completely have a solution, but I do feel some of you, this could merely be that you're thinking about, has a person changed? And this could be you or another individual. I'm seeing 2 individuals here, okay? They're roughly the same age either way. And some of you could be wondering who you resonate with. This can be the same person, but I feel you sort of feel piggy in the middle. Now, this can be a fight that brews, a friendship group. For some of you, I really do feel this is romance, and it could be, moving forward or a person from the past coming back. But I do feel there's 2 individuals here for some of you. Others of you, I feel you're reflecting upon a conversation on the past. And you're also wondering if you will hear from people from the past, and you're not quite sure how you're going to relate to it. I do feel you're needing a bit of space, and I feel the space is more to do with what is going on personally with you, because you're transforming and changing. And when it does come to career, the things you're doing to change things about, I think you're needing a little bit of time to adjust, and then I feel you'll be able to achieve it and put your heart and your soul into it. But if you are getting run down and you have worked extremely hard, I do feel the effort that you put in, you are going to get the best out of it. So I will see you during the month. We are live every Fridays, and there is additional information in this video yet to come, as well as to the end. If you did want to join the Members Hub, there is a little video based on that area, and there also is one for the website. See you on Friday. Now, as I mentioned, these are the must-know dates for the astrology. The full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius at 5 degrees is occurring on the 26th of May 2021. Now, there can be, again, weather patterns 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and we do have the next solar eclipse, which is next month. The sun entered Gemini the 20th, so again, you may find that your third eye and the things you're thinking about and your values, you may really be doing a lot to bring everything together, and it can be a busy time. Mercury goes retrograde from the 29th of May. Expect confusion and a lot moving. And Mars has been in Cancer from the 23rd, and it leaves June the 11th. So yes, that tension point can be relieved, but get your home in order. Try and keep grounded, and things should flow. But definitely you will find during this time, it can be an extremely social but independent time. Now with Venus entering Gemini, which it did from the 9th of May, you may find that you do have a lot on your plate when it does come to your finances, when it does come to your social experiences, and you may have a lot of thoughts going through your mind. You may be looking at your day-to-day routine and what is going on in the forward movement of that. You also may feel fiercely independent and not want to be held down. This too shall pass, it's temporary. But this can be times when, with both Mercury moving into retrograde and Venus entering Gemini, well, which it was from the 9th, we will have communication from the past. Now, I'm also seeing with Saturn and Aquarius retrograding from the 23rd of May all the way through till October the 11th, you may be looking at circumstances surrounding group activities, but also social responsibilities. Now, next month we do have the solar eclipse in Gemini on the 10th of June, so do be prepared for that, as well as it is the North Node, so it will be amplified. We also have Saturn in Aquarius, as I mentioned, squaring Uranus and Taurus, which is occurring on the 14th, so pre-warned, forearmed. Now, if you want to join us for the webinar, the video up next shows you two things. It shows you where you can book private readings, how to get onto the website, and also how to join the Members Hub. So stay tuned for the update. Thanks for joining us here at YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you do want a personal booking, you can go to the link below. A lot of people ask me how to join the members area, so there is an information video up next after this. Yes, astrology updates, twin flame path, super chats every Friday. So please click the bell and subscribe. We cap them at $11 because the first tier level for the members for twin flame coaching is $11. So those of you who want to join the Members Hub, here is a small video relating to it. Now in this video, it's going to show you basically where you can locate it. You can find it in the information box, and any video that is uploaded to YouTube, it's on the join section. On the main page, you can find it. When you go to the membership zone and you purchase the first tier level, you get the twin flame videos. Now they are still up there. You find them under the community tab, and that's for the pre-extended videos, and the extension reads members only. Now for the website, this is how the website looks on the main page, and should you need to go to it, you can press the link that does take you to the booking page. We have webinars, we have Skype, videos, and more. If you do want any of these, you have the information. I will see you during the month. Take very good care of yourselves, and I trust you like the content.